hey, how can I how can I build the best possible team of superheroes that's going to make the best possible story? Or how can I find a way to mobilize millions of people to rally together to solve a problem that is way bigger than I could solve on my own, right? I definitely resonate with the farm and many of the things that I'm doing. Actually, a campaign I want to talk to you about.
Yes, I can't wait to hear more about it.
Yeah, well, I put it this way. I'm happy to talk about it right here, right now.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so, actually, I think it's very much in line with many of the exact creators that you just spoke about. So let's just talk about it right here, right now.
Business meeting shift.
Business meeting right in the middle of the, well, because here's the truth. This is how the sausage is made, and this is how the content is created, right? So there's this brand called Dollar Donation Club. For full transparency to the audience, I am an investor in this company, but really I'm an investor in the impact that they're having. I do not believe I'm going to make money off my investment in the company so much as I care about the fact that they want to do ocean cleanup campaigns, for example, right? So here's a campaign where for every dollar that is donated, 100% of the money goes directly to the cause. So it's directly pulling ghost nets out of the ocean to save kind of the coral reef, to save wildlife, to save remove plastics, microplastics out of the ocean, a bunch of different things. That being said, they're doing these campaigns and plan on doing other campaigns for planting trees, doing a bunch of different things. So Dollar Donation Club is really an experiment in trying to do, it's almost like in the same way that crowdfunding exists for raising money for a product or some new thing that somebody's launching on Kickstarter. That's the same exact thing that they want to do, but for philanthropy. And they want to make it cool. They want to make it accessible, want to make it more of like a recurring donation type basis. And then their monetization model is off tips. So if you love Dollar Donation Club and you're donating, let's say $1 a week or $1 a month, or whatever it is, you can also tip Dollar Donation Club, and that tip is what they use to kind of run the company. They'll also bring on some kind of brand partners. So let's say Corona is like, hey, you know what? Maybe we're feeling like we should want to remove some plastic out of the ocean. They can also donate there. They can give their version of $1 a month or $1 a week or $1 a day. And then from that, they would take a small fee just for managing those partnerships and different things, and that will keep them afloat, pun intended. So their mission is literally to clean up and basically fund the biggest ocean cleanup projects on the planet. Their mission is to plant the most amount of trees on the planet. Their mission is to essentially solve some of the biggest, environmental challenges, literally, that our world is facing today. What they need help with is to establish their brand, to make really good content. They're doing a good job at making like very interesting, kind of memes. They've made some of these kind of text over videos and different things here. They're taking nice, content and putting it out there. They've made some good, they definitely have some storytelling ability, but I just feel like making a really unique piece is something that they're kind of missing, because most of their content is really like voiceover with generic, I don't want to say generic, but stock kind of shots or shots that they can find on the internet. And it's focused more on kind of like a Facebook, you're just scrolling by and then the audience kind of sees it and it's 5 shocking, like just like this video, exactly. Like find mind-blowing facts about ocean plastic. But it's nobody really talking. It's not really a story. It's not shot for that purpose. What they want to do is kind of build more relationships with influencers, and then kind of reward them by saying, hey, you can, number one, we can pay you to do that. But number two, you can also build an impact family. So you can use your influence, let's say Chelsea would come on board, and you can show, number one, the direct dollar going to and showing the journey of, hey, you donated $1, we got the money, we gave it to the people who went out on the trip, here's the videos of them doing that, here's how much plastic we pulled out, all the different things that go with that. But also that if Chelsea were to, let's say, share a link to her audience, then she would grow her impact family. And so that you'd see the impact that any one person could have and how much plastic could be cleaned by just that one person sharing, and then it multiplying, and all the things. with the goal of 1 billion people donating $1 or $1 billion going to these causes. That's the goal. So that's not a small goal.
No, but I mean, $1 makes it seem very attainable.
I agree.
I love it.
I agree. Yeah. So, I'm not only an investor, but I'm also an advisor. And so we've got a lot of interesting things cooking up in the background. One of my roles is to go and make better content or to find influencers who can make better content. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the pitch. I thought about you because I saw what you did with Corona. And I just feel like, the story that you told about the whether that be just the plastic bottle that ends up in the ocean or the story that you're telling about eco-responsibility and all of those different things fits. So I do plan on reaching out to creators like Chelsea, specifically Chelsea, about this project. And I've actually already told her about it, but I'm going to follow up with her soon. So I think it's a good opportunity or window into multiple creators coming together to make a campaign. So, I don't know if you have any ideas of what we can do. Obviously, I'm not going to put you on the spot and say, we have to script it right now. No, but more so, I really want to put this forward because I think there are brands who want to do this. They can earn a living doing it too. This company is in its infancy. It's still being funded through investors and those kinds of things. So it's really not about the money it's going to make on somebody's tips on the donation. Like I said, 100% of every donation goes directly to the cause, which is so unlike any charity ever. So I don't know. I think it's very innovative. I love the brand that they have. I like the feel of the brand. But I think that they need someone to help them capture the voice. And as much as I can do that in some capacity, I actually can't.
No, you don't think?
I can in some ways. Like I was saying, my comfort zone is me doing this, right? Like one of the things I'm going to do is we now have a connection to the producers of Seaspiracy. So one of the things I offered is I said, look, I've got a podcast. I'm pretty decent at interviewing people. I'll interview the guy and then we'll make the content, right? So that I can do. That's in my wheelhouse. It's like easy, comfortable. Kyler behind here can make me look good in the edit. And I can do that content. I feel like I can do that pretty well. But to go out there and like write the script, shoot the video, do all that stuff, I kind of could do it. You know what I mean? Like there's a part of me that, I think I'm underestimating myself. I'll say that maybe, but I'm not nearly as comfortable, I think, as you are. I think I put it this, I really believe you're truly incredibly talented.
Thank you. I would love to do a project like this. Definitely. Yeah. And where are they located? Where are they based?
So the founder is in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
But really I believe the Ocean Cleanup Project is coming or casting off from California.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they have started doing cleanups.
Or is it California or Hawaii? I can't remember. So this company or this organization has been doing cleanups for some time.
Okay.
But they raise money normally through donors, and then based on how much they donate, then they can kind of rent the boat or get the boat out there and afford essentially the time out at sea to kind of pick up those ocean plastics and bring them back.
So we would have to go document that. That sounds
I agree.
Really fun.
I fully agree that documenting that exact story and seeing it come out of the ocean is going to be an important part of that. Yeah.
Some free divers with the trash.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I think there's like needs for telling that story without the documenting of it because
absolutely
we need to help get the money to go and document the amazing thing too.
That's true.
So it's and that's the challenge, right? Like. Okay, I invested in this company. I donate every month, whatever. I have an impact family and that whole thing. And okay, how do I use all the things that I know about storytelling, all the things I know about social media, all the things I know to actually do something I really deeply care about? And the reason I care about it, number one, is just how do you not
doing
care
the thing you do best, getting all the right people together.
That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
So that's my role. My role is just being like, hey, we have this big challenge and we need to clean up the ocean somehow. I have no fucking idea how to do that. So what I could do is I'm really good though at like writing to an influencer and saying, hey, I think you're really great at what you do and I would love to work with you. Is there a way that this can work out? Now, whether they want to do that philanthropically and just say, hey, you know what, sure, I'll give it a couple of shout outs, or they want to get deeper involved and like you said, go out on a journey and document it, where Dollar Donation Club is right now is they don't have an enormous amount of resource to do that, but at the same time, they don't not either. Meaning the more that we document it, the better that we tell the story, the more that people are going to want to donate, the more that they're going to have the money to do that again and again and again. And essentially a part of that, those tips essentially go back to making the next story, right? But it's really fucking difficult to get.
It sounds like it just needs a little push.
It does.
At the beginning, and then the rest
it does.
With momentum.
It needs a few influencers to come on and say, like, I'm really taking this on and making it happen. And it needs a couple of really good pieces of content to do that as well. Yeah. I fully agree with that. They've got the right Facebook ads team and all the other teams to kind of keep it growing and moving. But they need the right asset. Yeah. They need the right story. And like, that's my job, is trying to, well, not my job so much as it's literally one of my missions in life, I guess, is to, how do I support projects or movements that are bigger than me? How do I use my talent to essentially build something that is way bigger than me, or to move or to create something that is way bigger than me? And that's what the farm is, in my personal opinion. That's what this ocean cleanup and Dollar Donation Club is. That's why I tell stories. That's why I do the podcast. I
can't wait to see, like, the next time you talk about this, how it's grown.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
I think it's growing. It's already growing. Like, there's a bunch of stuff behind the scenes that I'm working on right now that is very massive, very, very massive. We're talking about, huge potential quantum leap into getting a lot of attention. So I'm working on something very, very, very big. Biggest deal in my entire career, me personally.
Okay, that's exciting.
And I've done some pretty big deals, but this is the biggest, like, thing that I've ever kind of tried to bring together. And so I'm going to be doing that in partnership with Dollar Donation Club, as well as my own self. So I'm kind of thinking about doing that. So I'm not going to jinx it. I don't know if it's going to happen. So I'm still in the process of that actively. But I deeply care about these issues. And I deeply care about the challenge too. Like on the holistic kind of philanthropic front, I care about cleaning up plastic in the ocean. But on the personal front, I also care about, like, hey, how can I build the best possible team of superheroes that's going to make the best possible story? Or how can I find a way to mobilize millions of people to rally together to solve a problem that is way bigger than I could solve on my own, right? And so I see it as a personal challenge.
Yeah. Like, doing the hard thing is always so rewarding.
Totally.
So
yeah, I'm very excited about doing the hard thing in this, and it's a little confronting. There's some moments where I'm like, maybe we're aiming too high, like maybe it's a little too big, and then slowly but surely.
That's the doubt triggering, trying to get through.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and tell me about this. Right. You've been out on a shoot before. You're like, I need to capture this moment. The crows are on the branch over there, or the moose is right there. And then all of a sudden you take a couple of snaps and it just doesn't come in so great, right? Or you went out and shot all day and you kind of had some perfect moments you maybe could have captured, but you didn't. And all of a sudden that doubt creeps in. What do you do? How do you feel? How do you deal with that?
Calm down. Just really, like, do the opposite of what your body wants to do, which is freak out, calm down. But I think for me, it's because, like, I practice freediving, and because of that, breath work and meditation. So it's like the natural instinct. It's like you're deep in the water, just calm down, So in anywhere that it's supposed to be stressful, it's like, okay, calm down. And then you just think better. So it actually happened with the moose. My white balance was completely off. Like, the snow was like fluorescent.